Hello, today's video is from Matt Walsh. It's titled, "Is this what it really took to fix the squatter problem?" Okay, so I think there's a squatter problem and there is a solution, but it seems like the solution is not enough solution, right? My name is Ogechi and this is Ogechi Reaction. If you're stopping by for the first time, I've seen this pretty face for the first time. Hello, do well to click on the red subscribe button, please. Like the video, subscribe, like, share, comment, drop a comment. So it's important that you watch through the video to understand what we are trying to talk about. And if you're a returning subscriber or returning viewer, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. My videos are usually fun to listen to. Am I not fun to listen to? Yes, I am. I think I am. Anyway, turn on your post notification bell so you'll be the first person to get notified anytime I drop a new video. Let's get straight into this video. Remember, it's from Matt Walsh. It's titled, "Is this really all it took to fix the squatter problem?" Let's get into it.
This is from NBC Miami. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has signed a bill that will allow squatters in the state to be immediately evicted. DeSantis signed the bill HB 621 during a news conference Wednesday in Orlando, promising that Florida is ending the squatter scam. Before the bill, squatters were considered to be tenants and a process was required to evict them, but now this bill strips squatters of those rights. Lawmakers overwhelmingly passed the bill, which allows law enforcement to immediately remove squatters who don't have a lease authorized by the owner of the property. And here is Governor DeSantis talking about this bill.
But all the more reason why what we did last week to make sure we're not going to allow these squatters to commandeer private property is really important, because you do have people that will live here 7-8 months of the year. Maybe they go to Maine or New York or even we got a lot of Canucks that come down here and own property. So you're gone for the whole summer. And again, this isn't most Floridians, but we probably have more in our state that do that than just about any other state. You go and then you come back 4 months later and someone sets up shop in your house and then they're asserting rights against you. And then in some of these states, the property owner is the one that actually gets arrested when there's a confrontation. That's absurd. You don't have a right to squat in somebody's property. And so if you try to squat in the state of Florida, the homeowner has a very quick remedy. You call the sheriff, and you guys will have a sheriff soon here in this county. You call the sheriff, they send people, and they evict the squatters from your residence. That's the way it should be. That's how private property rights work.
The thing I love about this.
Okay, so in Florida, there's a new law, right? No more squatting, right? No more squatting, especially in private properties. What do I think? Because I've once been a squatter, so I don't know what I think. Let's hear what Matt Walsh has to say.
I love about this, and so much of what DeSantis does, is first of all, he proves that the solutions, in fact, to most of these problems are very simple. So there's so many problems we have in society that we're told, you know, those in charge, the powers that be, the elites will tell us that, well, there's no simple solution. You know, we're kind of stuck with this. There's nothing we can really do about it. Yeah, you might think there's a solution, but there really isn't. And there are so many other, whatever you try to do, there's so many side effects of that we're stuck with this. We can't do anything about it.
The problem is, no matter how much we try to create a solution to something, there will always, just like what he's trying to say now, there will always be a side effect to it, and it is usually not a permanent solution in this kind of situation. But let's just continue. But I just think that this solution might not be the exact thing that they actually need. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not a resident of Florida. Never lived in Florida, but I'm just saying that. Okay, let's just continue.
Anything about it. And then you have when you have an effective leader like DeSantis come along, he proves that, oh no, it's actually a simple solution. Just it's like, it's easy to prove that someone is squatting in your residence and they don't belong there. Very easy to prove. And if you can prove it, then you just have them kicked out. That's it. You have law enforcement comes, they got to break down the door. And then, you know, really the squatter should have to pay for it, whatever damage is done. And you just drag them out. That's it. We don't need to sit around talking about, well, what do we do? There's someone in this house and they want to be in the house, but they don't belong there. What do we do about that?
It's so easy to say. It's so easy to create a solution, but does it actually work that way? Is it that easy to actually, call from the neighborhood, oh, there's a squatter in this apartment, they call the sheriff and then they kick them out, just tear down the door? Does it really work that way?
What do we do about that? I don't know what to do. You drag them out and you bring them to jail. That's the solution. It's so simple. And any claim that it's not as simple as that is belied by someone like DeSantis, who says, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. There you go. No more squatting. Not a problem anymore. And that's the great thing about Ron DeSantis and why we need many more Republican leaders like him, where there's a problem. This is the way. It shouldn't be shocking to have a Republican governor that does this. That a Republican governor that sees there's a problem and says, oh, okay, well, we'll solve that. We'll pass a law, and, like, laws do matter. You can actually fix a lot of problems with a law. Okay, you can't fix every problem with a law, and you can't fix any problem absolutely perfectly. But it could go a long way. So imagine that, having laws and then enforcing those laws with the people that you pay to enforce laws, law enforcement. Wow, it's like it really works. Which is more evidence that decline is a choice. And that the kind of lawless anarchy that you see in many places of the country is a choice. Doesn't have to be that way. And so at least Ron DeSantis identifies the problem and solves it. But that is just not something that enough conservatives value. I think that normal people, whether they identify as conservatives or not, who are just like living their lives, they value it, of course. They value a leader who sees problems and tries to fix it and is always working to like make your life, they want to make your life better. Okay, our political leaders, it's not their, they're not the primary ones in charge of making your life better. You have to take charge of that yourself, but that should be their overarching goal. And I think normal people appreciate that. But in particular, I guess I would say the kind of commentariat, the conservative commentariat, the pundits and so on, don't value it enough, are not nearly as impressed as they should be by conservative leaders who actually accomplish things. And why is that? I think one of it is that it's not as interesting. The solution to the problem is not as interesting as the problem. There's not as much to talk about. And I think for a lot of conservatives, they honest to God, they'd rather have the problem to complain about than the solution. And that alone explains some of the negative reception or the kind of lukewarm or indifferent reception that DeSantis has received. Hey, YouTube,
Anyway, just like he said, we all like the problem, we all like to let out the problem, but sometimes we don't like the solution. Like the solution to this particular thing, I don't think it's going to work that way. I don't know how it works right now, right? Because this is a new law. I don't know if you're in Florida, please let's know if this law, if it's this easy, because I know it's so easy to say, oh, we have a squatter that stays, next door, and you call the sheriff and then they come and then they kick down the door or they knock and they open and then they enter and they're like, you squatter, okay, come, let's go. You get evicted immediately, drag you out, pack your things, and you leave and all of those things. Sometimes the solution is usually not solution enough. Like this, I really don't know or understand or know how this is going to work, because I know they should also consider, people actually squatting. What's, other solution, like providing them with a temporary apartment or accommodation, I don't know, or making sure that people do not actually squat. It's not easy to actually move people out of a house where they're already squatting. Probably they just want to be there for a little time, maybe like 6 months, and then at the first month you come and you want to kick them out without prior notice and all of those things. Anyway, this news is going to make people who are squatters try to start finding solutions to their problem before it gets to them, right? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts about this conversation in the comment section. Drop your thoughts, your comments, Like this video, share, comment. Okay, I've said that several times. Subscribe and turn on your post notification bell. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.